Welcome back, everybody, to Franchise. My name is Scott.
And I am Jeff.
And we are playing Uncharted 2, Among Thieves. The, whatever you call it. PS4 Remastered. That's what it is. Super, ultra mega version. HD in 12K. It's fucking ridiculous.
I wonder where that pipe goes.
To the dig.
To the, I guess so.
Can you dig it?
I'm taking a shower. Can you dig it, sucker? Man, little Booker T for you, man.
Little Booker T, man. Get the spinneroonie on.
That's right.
But this is a post-commentary episode. If you haven't been watching the last few episodes of this, we happen to lose our normal commentary, and so we were like, well, shit.
Precisely, sir.
So we decided to do post-commentary on it rather than trying to reshoot the first 12 episodes, because it would have just been really hard to sync up those episodes and the events therein with the other, what do we have, 28 other episodes that were pretty much good, fine, ready to go. We have all the audio for it. Where did the audio go? We don't know. We think it was Trump.
It could be. You know what? Oh, no, dude. You emailed it to Hillary, didn't you? That's what happened. You emailed it to Hillary. She lost the audio. Daggone it. If you find our audio, let us know.
Yeah, especially if you happen to be watching this, Hillary. Come on, Hills. Give us our commentary back.
We at least want that. Come on now.
Look, it's not Varro. It's...
Jesus Christ, that guy looks like Kane. The wrestler Kane.
Oh, yeah. He does, dude.
You gonna choke slam that guy right now? You gotta choke slam him.
See,
nah, I killed him.
You gotta show that the dude is ruthless. Right? Like, I just kill people that piss me off, whether they work for me or not.
Like, now I gotta place an ad to get another employee.
I think that's why, like, bad guys always lose in the end. Not because they're bad guys, but because they kill too many of their own men.
Probably so.
Every time one of them is just like, you wash your hands before you left the bathroom? He's like, ah, shit, I forgot. He just fucking stabs him, takes him out.
Talking about ruthless, man. Yeah.
You're like, did you put the twist tie back on that bread?
Oh, no. Not the twist tie.
And he's just like, no, I just twisted it up. Why would I do that? And he just fucking stabs him, stuffs him in the trash can.
Even better, dude.
Sweet takedown.
He takes the bread bag and just, like, puts a brick in it and just waffles him upside the head with it. And then puts the twist tie back on there. Like, you see that twist tie on there? That's where it goes.
Or no, he just dumps out the bag and he like puts it over his head and suffocates him and puts the twist tie around his neck.
Dude, that's what I was like. He ties the bag, or he like wraps the bag like around the dude's neck, and then puts the twist tie around that to secure it.
That's what I was saying.
That's a great idea.
What a way to go, man!
I'm telling you, man.
And on top of that, that makes me want to play Manhunt.
Ah, well, I have Manhunt, and I would love to play Manhunt, because I've never played Manhunt.
What?
No, never have. Yeah, trust me, it was a game that I was going to get to before my PS3 took a dump. Manhunt. By the way, my PS3 has the yellow light of death. So I have to get that fixed.
Yeah. It's too bad, too, because it's one of the few PS3 model, or one of the only PS3 models that lets you play PS2 games.
Mm-hmm. It's fully backward compatible.
That's why we definitely want to get it repaired. If it were just any old garden variety PS3, then fuck it. They're a dime a dozen anymore. Yeah, PS4's out, man. PS4's out.
We've got 3.
Really, we do.
Have 3 PS4s.
We have 2 regular PS4s, and we've got a Pro, which we haven't fully figured out how to capture that yet. As soon as we do, we're going to start featuring that a little better.
Absolutely.
It seems like either our Elgato doesn't know how to recognize it, or we don't know how to get the Elgato to pay attention to it. So, yeah, just give us a little time. We were going to feature our RE7 episodes with capture from the Pro, but instead we've had to use my PS4 for that. But no big deal. You won't be able to tell the difference.
Nah, it still plays games, right? Yeah, that's what matters.
And we'll definitely be able to record the Pro when we do the VR playthrough of RE7, because Jeff's doing a blind playthrough of RE7 right now. We're recording that, and I'm going to do a VR playthrough because honestly, I haven't had any real good VR experiences yet, and I'm really wanting to have one.
I haven't either.
Yeah,
None.
definitely. Because I'm excited for VR. I think there is potential there. I don't think it's as gimmicky as like the Kinect and the Move were.
I was about to say, I hope VR doesn't go the path of motion controls.
I think that'll come down to developers.
You know, I just hope it does. Well, yeah, the developers, it's like you got some developers that want to develop for motion controls, but most of them would just rather develop the old school way. You know, they just kind of put motion control off to the side, you know?
Well, I feel like a lot of the VR stuff that comes out is going to be superfluous. It's like going to be like these very contained, almost tech demo-y games where like, and they're probably going to charge you more for them though. Like you're going to pay $40 to $60 for like an hour long at best experience, which isn't acceptable, but it's kind of a thing I think people are going to gloss over because VR is so new, right? VR is so new, and it's still a pretty exciting technology. I'm definitely excited by it.
Oh, I am too.
But then it also feels like there are things that they're attaching VR to that I can't figure out why. Right? Like, what's a good example? Final Fantasy 15. Right? There's VR support for Final Fantasy 15, which, by the way, I think the game's awesome. It's a really good game. I love the shift from all the super like girl power like women groups. Now we have a game that focuses on brotherly camaraderie and stuff like that, which the last few Final Fantasy games have been kind of like woman centric, which isn't bad, but they've just done it kind of a lot of games in a row, and I just wanted to see something different. That's all.
I got you. And they've delivered on that. So
yeah, they've definitely done that. This whole idea of like you're the king because your dad was offed, right, in a military coup, and then you take over essentially, but you're kind of living in exile a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. And you have your bodyguards with you. They're called the King's Guard. I believe they're called the King's Guard or the King's Glaive. Or the Crown's Guard, something goofy like that, something along those lines. And the thing is they're not just your protectors and chamberlains and all that, they're also like your friends, right?
So that's awesome.
So, and by the way, I should make that point. That's the thing that like a lot of like, if you only play mobile games, right? You have probably caught wind of like the huge like feminism surge in the world, period, but in the world of video games especially. People are have immediately made it out like, Final Fantasy 15 is anti-woman, you know, or something like that, which is a little bit goofy, especially if you know anything about 15, because like one of the strongest female characters in the history of video games is like she's a central character in the game. You just don't play as her. Yeah, you ate it. That sucks.
I was just going to add the Final Fantasy series, pretty much as a whole, into games with strong female characters.
Oh, yeah. You got Eris and Tifa, you know, or Tifa, if you like that better. You've got fucking Terra from Final Fantasy VI, which, if Final Fantasy VII isn't your favorite, or 9, then it's probably 6, you know. You could say what you want about Final Fantasy 13, but their main character, Lightning, is a badass. She just kicks ass, you know?
There you go. I mean, so, you know, in light of what's been going on with that, with the women are weak in video games, or they're not portrayed right.
Or they're always the damsel in distress or something like that.
Right. I think these people just are not playing the right games.
Yeah, I mean, because I feel like there are, if you went back 20 or 30 years, maybe less often, that was cool.
Yeah.
Maybe less often, but like now, I feel like I feel like you'd have to purposely be looking away from it.
I agree.
To not see it. Like, it's very obvious to me and anybody who plays 2 games that there are strong female characters in a lot of these games.
The Last of Us. We just mentioned it.
Yeah, we were talking about Ellie.
Come on, you've got Ellie. She's a badass.
Ellie is she's a multifaceted character. She's a very believable person. Mm-hmm. And she's cool, and she's strong. And she's strong in a way that a woman is strong, you know? Because women are
damn good with a bow.
Women have strengths that men don't have. Mm-hmm. And I think that's important to convey. You know?
I agree.
Just like when you're making a game where a man is the protagonist, it's good to accentuate how a man is strong. You know, a man is strong in his ways too, in his own ways, that his ways are different than the way a woman is strong. I think trying to make both of them the same does a disservice to both genders.
Man, I could not agree more on that. I really couldn't. I think that, yeah.
That was silly.
Yeah.
I think you were thinking about shooting for a second.
Yeah, it was silly. I know that women are pushing, they really want this equality and everything, and I get that, that's fine, but I think that women are equal to men, but in a different way, on a different plane.
Exactly.
They are equal. I don't consider them inferior at all.
Think of it like a character sheet. Think of it like a character sheet. Like, they both have 100 points to spend on their character sheet, but, you know...
Just spent in different categories.
They're just spent in different categories, exactly. You know, and then, of course, there's always just personal development. It has a lot to do with it, but that's less gender-related, necessarily. So, yeah, that's just what I think.
I think it's an absurd argument.
Yeah, really. Like, why make it about it? Why make it like, oh, women are this and men are this and this is good or bad in that way? Like, we're part of the same race. We're both part of the same race. And honestly, we need to communicate. We need to get along in order for, I have no idea what happened there.
I don't either.
Did you like fall through the map or something?
I don't know. Did I drown in that little bit of water?
I have no idea. But anyway, yeah, like, we need each other to function. We're 2 halves of a whole.
Oh my, that's what I keep saying.
So,
I agree.
You know, why the adversarialism? Why all the adversity? Why all that? It seems goofy. And you'll hear me drone on about, the more you hear me talk, the more you're going to hear me use this phrase. It feels like a waste of fucking time and effort.
Because it is.
It is. There are way bigger problems. Women are not oppressed in America. There are women that are sometimes oppressed, but there are men that are sometimes oppressed.
Those are isolated incidences, though.
Do I think they're exactly equal? No, not necessarily. But that would be a very weird situation, I think, where there were 1,407 cases of oppression in 2016 among women, and also 1,407 cases of oppression among men. Right?
Yeah.
Is it gonna be equal? I really don't know. I don't think so.
Well,
I just think that. I think the important points are forgotten.
One of their gripes is that you could take a woman and a man and place them in the same job or same position, and the man will make more money than the woman.
Oh, right. Which has already been debunked. That's been debunked over and over, right?
Well, I
remember reading a lot and hearing a lot about how that's been very debunked.
I mean, if it has, I mean, if it's happened, you know, if it's happening, don't work there. Don't work for a piece of shit that would treat a woman.
That's true. That's a good point, too.
Don't work for a piece of shit that would treat a woman like that. That would treat a woman like she is less than a man. You know?
Oh, you straight spider choked out that dude. That was cool.
Because I mean, like I said, look
at this dude.
He doesn't know where I'm at.
Oh, that was so cool.
But yeah, there's, to me, a woman. It should be treated no less than a man, you know?
At least. But not held above him either. Because that's inequality in another direction.
Right. I agree.
And some of the really like powerfully militant feminists they want like what they perceive to be a complete reversal of roles. Because they perceive men as being like dominating and overtaking of women. And they want to kind of do the same thing. So now that we've made a bunch of probably very controversial remarks, we've come to the end of the episode. Hopefully we came off as not a couple of dickheads, because we have no animosity behind what we said. If you feel differently, or if you agree, let us know in the comments. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
That we will.